A sea of contention. Why does the South China Sea matter? Did you know that trillions of dollars worth of goods pass through the South China Sea every year? This seemingly tranquil sea is a vital waterway for global trade, but it's also a source of tension. China claims almost the entire sea as its own, putting it at odds with neighboring countries and international law. Why is China so focused on this particular sea? The answer lies in a mix of economics, military ambitions, and a desire for regional dominance. The South China Sea is strategically important. It connects the Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean. This makes it a crucial route for shipping lanes that carry goods to and from major economies like China, Japan, and South Korea. Beneath the waves, the South China Sea is believed to hold vast reserves of oil and natural gas. These resources are a tempting prize for a rapidly developing nation like China. The economic engine, resources, and trade routes. China's economy relies heavily on exports. These goods need to reach markets around the world. The South China Sea is a crucial shipping lane for Chinese goods. It's the shortest and most efficient route for trade with Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Control over the South China Sea would give China a significant advantage in global trade. Beyond shipping, the South China Sea is a treasure trove of natural resources. Large deposits of oil and natural gas lie beneath the seabed. These resources are vital for China's energy needs. China wants to secure these resources for its own use. This is especially important as China's energy demands continue to grow. The sea is also abundant in fish stocks. Fishing is a major source of food and income for millions of people in the region. China's vast fishing fleet often operates in disputed waters, straining relations with other Southeast Asian nations. This competition for resources further fuels tensions in the region. A sea fortress, China's military ambitions. China's military ambitions are on the rise. The South China Sea is a key part of this strategy. China has been rapidly building up its naval presence in the region. It has constructed artificial islands and military outposts on disputed reefs. These outposts are equipped with airstrips, harbors, and weapon systems. This militarization of the South China Sea has raised alarms among China's neighbors and the international community. The United States in particular sees China's actions as a threat to freedom of navigation and regional stability. The US Navy regularly conducts freedom of navigation operations in the South China Sea. This is a way to challenge China's expansive claims and assert the right to navigate international waters. China's military buildup in the South China Sea is not just about protecting its economic interests. It's also about projecting power and influence in the region. China wants to be seen as the dominant power in Southeast Asia. It wants to reshape the regional order in its favor. Section 4. Bullying in the neighborhood, pressure on Southeast Asian nations. China's assertive actions in the South China Sea have created fear and resentment among its Southeast Asian neighbors. Countries like Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei all have competing claims in the region. China has used a combination of economic pressure, military intimidation, and diplomatic maneuvers to try to assert its dominance. It has cut off trade, restricted access to fishing grounds, and withdrawn investment from countries that challenge its claims in the South China Sea. This economic coercion has had a chilling effect on dissent. Many Southeast Asian countries are hesitant to stand up to China for fear of economic repercussions. China's actions have driven some Southeast Asian nations closer to the United States. They see the US as a counterbalance to China's growing power. This has further complicated the geopolitical landscape in the region. Section 5. The stakes are high. The future of the South China Sea. The South China Sea is a powder keg of geopolitical tensions. China's determination to control the sea puts it on a collision course with its neighbors and the United States. The stakes are high. The future of the South China Sea will have a major impact on the balance of power in Asia and beyond. The international community has a role to play in preventing conflict. It's essential to uphold international law, particularly the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which provides the framework for resolving maritime disputes. diplomacy and dialogue are crucial for finding a peaceful solution that respects the rights and interests of all parties involved. The South China Sea is not just a regional issue, it's a global concern. The sea's strategic importance, its vast resources, and the potential for conflict make it a flashpoint in international relations. The world must work together to ensure that the South China Sea remains a sea of peace and cooperation, not a battleground for great power rivalry.